Johnny Sharp back here with another live stream for you guys to talk to you about wrestling. I want to talk about somebody that I think should be for John Cena's final match at Saturday Night's main event. And obviously, this is whether it's for the Intercontinental Championship or not. It'll depend on whether he wins at Survivor Series against Dominic Mysterio, which I'll ask if you guys think he should win that match at Survivor Series or if Dominic Mysterio should win his Intercontinental title back. But whatever your opinion is, definitely let me know. Shout out to Deborah Ellington, the first one in here, the man they call Deborah. Yo, what's good with you, man? How you feeling? How you been living? Appreciate you coming into the chat as you have a lot of times. It's good seeing you, man. 1000%. But while we're here, while we're getting people in the chat, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Help us get to 22,000 subscribers as possible. We just surpassed 21,500 today, which I think is fantastic. Would love to hit 22 before the end of the month. That might be a little bit unreasonable, but as soon as we can, I would absolutely love to hit it. Definitely would love to hit 25,000 soon as possible as well as 100,000 by the end of next year. I want to do some big things with the channel, as I've been talking about, as I've been letting you guys know, and I appreciate every little bit of support that will help get me there. And thank you guys for coming in the chat, sticking around, and thank you to those who will be coming in a few minutes. I've been doing good. I think Dominic should win his IC title back personally. I agree with that. So I would love to see John Cena's last match be for the Intercontinental Championship for them. But with that also being said, I think it would be better for Dominic Mysterio to win back the Intercontinental title, become a double champion once again, and I think it would be great for Dominic to really be put over in this match, really look strong, have a good back and forth with John Cena for about 20 minutes, maybe kick out of an A or two, before obviously he cheats to win, which should absolutely happen. But with that being said, I do also agree that Dominic Mysterio should win on... No, not on Sunday. I thought I was going to say on Sunday for a sec, but I do think Dominic Mysterio should win at Survivor Series. I agree with that 100%. So the person that I feel should win the last time is now tournament, and I started feeling this way on Monday, excuse me, after he won his match, is Gunther. And the reason why I think it should be Gunther is because before he lost the World Championship to CM Punk at SummerSlam, we were big upping the fact that he had been a world 80% of the time that he's been there. Not a world champion, just a champion. But he's been a champion 80% of the time he's been with WWE. He had the long 870 United Kingdom Championship reign when he was in NXT UK. He had a near 700-day Intercontinental title reign, which is ludicrous. He broke the record over 200 days. So he broke it by a good 7-8 months. And it was about a 30-40-year-old record, too, set by the Honky Tonk Man back in the 80s, which is crazy to even think about the fact that a record that has stood for that long was finally broken, and not just broken, it was shattered. That title reign, I think, had a lot of hype to it when he became champ, and I think it shattered expectations just with the fact that there was so much dominance that took place in his reign. Beat everybody and everybody that you could think of, honestly. A lot like the way Roman Reigns did, but Gunther was always defending the Intercontinental title. We didn't go like 3-4 months without a WWE title match the way we did in Roman's title reign, which I think is even all the more impressive. Shout out to SJ Vader. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you saying hi. Appreciate you being with us in the chat, as well as the rest of you guys. Thank you so much for interacting. We appreciate you being here, man. And I appreciate you subscribing as well. Make sure the rest of you guys do that also if you're not subscribed already. I see what you're saying about Gunther, but I believe it should be someone like LA Knight or Solo Sikoa. I don't see it with Solo Sikoa. I think John Cena already did that for Solo when he hit about 15 Samoa spikes, and in kayfabe, John Cena couldn't talk for about 6 months. So I see what you're saying with Solo. I do think it would help Solo, but I think there's better options here. And out of the people that are left in the tournament right now, me personally, I would love to see the John Cena versus Gunther match. I thought that we kind of lost our chance with it. And as much as I would love to see John Cena versus LA Knight, and I do think this would help LA Knight, I do think Gunther, it makes a lot more sense. Definitely have LA Knight go deep in the tournament, but I would love to see it be Gunther personally. So shout out to Cameron Khan. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being part of the chat. Appreciate you stopping by and commenting. Thank you so much. I am from New Jersey, sir. But yeah, with that being said, I mean, Gunther has kind of come back strong, dominating his opponents. And for me personally, if you're going to have John Cena go out on his back, I do think Gunther, not the way Brock Lesnar won in dominant fashion, but a good back and forth with John Cena and maybe sending him out on a stretcher for his last match, I think would be a great way to put Gunther over. I think fans would be honestly pissed off at the fact that John Cena was retired this way. But at the same time, I'm okay with it because you're going to make Gunther into one of the most hated heels on the roster when he does that. So for me personally, I would love to see Gunther win that way. Maybe even attack him after the match. Again, really, have John Cena barely able to walk out of there in his last match if he walks out of there at all. And an example of why I think this would work is look at Jon Moxley's last title reign in AEW. I know it wasn't really what anybody wanted, but at the same time, I feel like the way he won the AEW championship and the way he kind of put Bryan Danielson on the shelf for a while and ended his full-time career, I feel like he was able to get some real heat for what happened, and I think it was great for him, the Death Riders, Yuta, Castagnoli. I think it was great for all of them at the time, and even though, again, it wasn't the title reign that we wanted, I think having that kind of match and that kind of ending to John Cena's career is going to make Gunther really hated. And the fact that he can back it up in the ring, I think has always been big for Gunther personally. Shout out to Ladarius Staten. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you commenting. Appreciate you being part of the live stream. Thank you so much for coming, as well as the rest of you guys that have come. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, just want to make sure we get that out there. And we also have a Patreon that we're starting to run. I do have to get a couple more articles, a couple more videos up there, but I do want to make sure that we do that soon. I do have one up there. We have it as the Invisible Stan versus the Invisible Man. It's a match reaction that me and a couple other guys did, and I do think you'll enjoy that if you decide to, support us on Patreon. I remember when I visited my grandfather in the village and he dropped some serious wisdom to me. He said, "Grandson, one day some people will be wasting their time reading your comment. Today is that day." I do feel like I wasted my time reading that just a little bit, and I feel like it was to the point where Jamesy didn't even want me to read his comment after that. But I mean, like the fact that your grandfather even knows about a comment section or like a comment forum or anything like that lets me know that his grandfather is very tech savvy. So I just want to say, Darius Staten just told me you're the best. God bless you. I think your grandfather is the best. God bless him for being so smart and tech savvy. Just to let you know, man. But let me know your thoughts about who you guys think should win the Last Time Is Now tournament. If you're just stopping in, I think it should be Gunther personally. Um, but let me know your thoughts about who you think it should be, if John Cena should retain the Intercontinental title championship or if he should lose it to Dominic Mysterio and even face the Last Time Is Now tournament winner for the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe make it feel a little bigger and maybe have that person win the IC title from John Cena, whether the winner is Gunther, whether the winner is LA Knight, or someone else. Let me know your opinions in the comment section, not just here, but when I go off as well, because I am about to do that right now. You look super high. I can't really help that. That might just be my face. I really can't do much about that for you. So if that's a problem, Daz Rab, I apologize. But shout out to you. Appreciate you being here with us. Do you think you can be Jey Uso? I think it might be a little hard for me to be Jey Uso, at least not without getting canceled on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But maybe somebody else can do that. Try it, see how it goes for them. I don't think I can be Jey Uso. Shout out to Deacon Story. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being part of the live stream. Thank you so much for coming, as well as the rest of you as well. But again, what I just talked about, kayfabe is dead. I miss the wrestling in the late 1990s and early 2000s. I don't believe that kayfabe is dead. I disagree with that comment. And the reason I feel that way is because you can still tell a story and still get immersed in the story. People do it with movies all the time. People do it with television shows all the time. And I feel like as long as you're telling a good story, the point is to be able to get lost in that story, which I think WWE does as well as anybody. So personally, I don't think that kayfabe is dead. I disagree with your comment. I need some help cleaning 20 buckets of chitterlings today. I don't have 20 buckets for you, so you're going to have to figure that out by yourself, unfortunately, man. I apologize. I wish I could have that for you. I just don't. Everybody subscribe every day, don't you think? I mean, we're looking to get to 22,000 subscribers. I don't know if I would call that everybody on YouTube, but I do think it's a good number. I think it's a good starting point, and I think we can get a little bit better as we go. I need some help cleaning them. It's just not going to be me, sir. That's all. You can still tell a story, but after a week, the story is over. Then they spoil it on Netflix. Hence, kayfabe is dead. I mean, I would just not watch Unreal if that's such a big problem for you. If you don't want some of the inside scoop, you don't have to watch that. You can just watch the story and kind of let the story play out and let yourself be surprised. Personally, I haven't watched Unreal yet. It's not something that I'm totally against. I just haven't done it. So that would be, I think, the best thing for you to do, personally. Social media ruins wrestling. I, again, don't agree with that. I think that you can still watch the show and get immersed in the story without going on social media during the show, without watching stuff like Unreal. But at the same time, you know, you got to do you with that. If you do that stuff and it ruins the story for you, then I'm not really sure why you're watching, personally. But I think if you can eliminate that, I think you can have a lot more fun than you think. Hey, yo, subscribe, motherfucker. Make sure you subscribe. KBF Creations, if you're going to do that. Shout out to Riley Roberts as well as KBF Creations, by the way. Random question, what's your favorite tag team in WWE right now? Personally, my favorite tag team, even though I don't know if people count this as a tag team, is the Braun Brawns. And I think they should do a lot of things in the tag team division. Personally, I love it when they team together, and I don't think we have enough big man teams in wrestling right now. And I do think because of that reason, they fill a little bit of a void that, in my opinion, wrestling has. Just pick the corn out. I don't have any corn, sir. So there's no corn for me to pick out. So why you always say AO? Honestly, I just started doing it early on in the channel when I used to use the stand-up jokes, because I used to do stand-up on the New York City circuit back a few years ago. And I just used to use the punchlines from that, and I used to put a celebrity to it. And slowly that started evolving into videos about WWE and me making punchlines about the shorts that they put up and the things that I see. So AO kind of just came at the end of a punchline to every joke I was telling. So that's why I say heyo at the end of the video. And subscribe, motherfucker, kind of just is because I want you to subscribe. That's pretty self-explanatory. Shout out to Nick Sidhu. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being part of the live stream, as well as everybody else. Thank you so much for commenting and interacting and being here, sir. Appreciate you a lot. Who do you think is the better CEO, Vince McMahon or Triple H? Definitely Triple H. And the reason why I say that is because look at Vince McMahon's recent history as far as when he was last the one that was in charge, booking matches and things like that. It was not good. Nobody enjoyed Vince McMahon in the late 2010s, early 2020s, and it was a breath of fresh air when Triple H took over. So that's why I say Triple H. Vince McMahon, I think, made a lot of history-making moves over the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and even the early 2010s. I think Vince McMahon was a pioneer, once ever, booker and guy in charge. And I appreciate Vince McMahon in that way. But with that being said, the last of Vince McMahon in the WWE was not good. So I think, Triple H is much better for the current product. And yeah, no, that's my opinion on it. What we got here? By the way, what are your thoughts on the upcoming talent and the performance center from Mexico, Nico Garizo? I don't know enough about that to actually comment on it. So if you want to educate me in the comments on that, you're more than welcome to. So just so you know. Shout out to Fly Eagles Fly. My man is an Eagles fan over here. I like it. Were you born male? I was. I don't know why you're asking me that, but yes. What's your favorite WWE belt? That's a tough one. They're all kind of corporate branded. The NXT North American title's a good one. I do like the Intercontinental Championship. Thank God they haven't changed that and made it a corporate logo. Those would have to be my top two, personally. I do think they should make a lot more differing designs than they do. I don't know if that'll happen because, again, corporate branding. But I think they should do that. For real, they should win the tag titles. Can't lie. I love it. We're on the same page about the Bronze. Shout out to you once again, Riley Roberts. I love the taste. None of the tag teams interest me personally. I agree. The tag team division definitely could be better, but that's also why I made that suggestion about the Bronze winning the tag team titles. I do think it would shake things up a bit. Love the beard, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. We're getting into No Shave November soon, so it might be... Actually, we are in November right now. Why did I think we were in October for a second? I don't even know what day it is anymore, man. The crazy thing, too, is it's about to be Thanksgiving. That's fucked up. Craziest gay experience. Don't have one for you. I don't swing that way. If you do, there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't have anything for you. Apologize, user. Bunch of random letters. We'll call that supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. What else we got? Are you mad Seth Rollins is injured? No, it happens. People get injured, people get hurt. It's a part of sports, it's a part of pro wrestling. He'll come back, he'll be back, he'll be able to get back on his feet. He's a big boy. But shit happens, bro. It is what it is. WWE belt is better. Which WWE belt are you talking about? Release the Epstein files. I wouldn't be mad at that personally. Shout out to KKR fandom. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Colin K9S. What else we got? My favorite is the Grand Slam Championship. They should make a Grand Slam Championship for people who win the Intercontinental, U.S., Tag, and World titles. I do think they should make a championship for that. I would love to see what they do with it. And hopefully they don't make it baseball themed like a bunch of assholes. I swear to God if they do that. My only criticism for Triple H is some of the guys Vince booked well. Triple H either got rid of or he just doesn't use them. I mean, that's part of business, though. Like, Vince McMahon would have a different vision than Triple H would. He would have different guys and different plans for them than Triple H would. Triple H may not have a plan for somebody that maybe Tony Khan would have a plan for. I mean, take a look at Rusev, for example. Like, they had a plan for Rusev, kind of fell apart, went to AEW, and Triple H wanted to be the one to bring him back. I mean, I know people have mixed opinions on how that's going, but that's just one example. May not be the best one, personally, but different people are going to have different plans for different stars. And, different people are going to have different ideas. Nobody's going to have the exact same ideas. So I feel like it's kind of hard for me to criticize him in that front. Do you miss the OG Usos tag team? That depends on how far we're going back. I don't miss the Usos that would do the tribal dance in the main entranceway and smile on their way coming down. I think that kind of played itself out. But I mean, if you're talking like when they first turned heel, I could say yes to that. I mean, they're one of the best tag teams of all time, excuse me, in WWE. So, yes, I do kind of miss that, but I feel like the bloodline is so entrenched in their characters that we really can't forget about that part of them as well. I still think I'm in the 20s sometimes, bruh. Why do you feel that way? Because we have crowds, we have people that are reacting to stuff. It's not empty arenas. It's not the Thunderdome anymore. Let me know why you feel that way. Thoughts on 2025 compared to 2024. One example is CM Punk is not being as good as he was in 2024. His feuds have been so bad this year. He really only had one feud for most of 2024, and that was with Drew McIntyre. And that was while Drew McIntyre was in other feuds and Punk was on the shelf. So, I mean, he really only had one feud, and it was with one of the best superstars in WWE right now and to this day. So, I see your point, but think of also who he's feuding with at the same time. Those injury words were the most inspirational words I have ever heard because I have a broken arm. Thank you. And eventually you'll be able to pick yourself back up and you'll be able to do it off that broken arm. So just make sure you get it treated. You do what you're supposed to do. Get your rehab, things like that. Don't say your prayers and eat your vitamins because more goes into recovery than that. But at the end of the day, man, you'll be all right and shit will get back to how it was beforehand. So praying for you, praying that things go well. Just make sure you keep doing you, man. Do you miss the OG Usos? I mean, I answered that question already. I'm not going to answer it again. Who's your GOAT wrestler? The Undertaker. I think The Undertaker is the GOAT of WWE personally. And I mean, there's a lot of people that you could realistically pick and have that argument about. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, a lot of different guys you could pick from in that GOAT conversation. But personally, that's who I think the GOAT is. Do you think Roman Reigns should win the Grand Slam Championship? I believe he already has. I think he's already won the US IC tag, and world titles. So I do think Roman Reigns already has done that. Roman Reigns should be in a My Time Is Now tournament. I would love to see one more John Cena versus Roman Reigns match, but I don't think Roman Reigns needs that win. And I feel like none of the people that are in that tournament currently would actually beat Roman Reigns. So I don't think that tournament is necessarily for Roman Reigns, in my opinion. How about Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns? Not in a singles match. Not in a singles match. I think we've seen enough of that. I don't mind the War Games match, but let's break Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar off into different things after that. I don't know who exactly each person would feud with, but I don't want to see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar again. I'm okay with that. I'm done with that, personally. Following up of the Last Time Is Now tournament, do you like it? Yeah, I do. I thought it was pretty generic when it first started out. But at the same time, I'm kind of enjoying the fact that these guys are fighting for an opportunity to retire John Cena. So while I didn't really like it that much at first, I do think in retrospect, in hindsight, I think it's been a good idea. Shout out to Makai Hooks, by the way. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being part of the live stream. Thank you so much for your support. Love it. No holds barred. I don't know what would be no holds barred, but if you could clarify that, that would be great. Right, hear me out. See, my GOAT wrestler is a weird one, but is Dolph Ziggler / Nick Nemeth because he is really good in the ring and great on the mic. He also sells like crazy, and he is one of my idols. I do think that he's definitely a decorated wrestler. I do think, despite how decorated he is, I think his WWE run, especially the first one, could have been so much more, and I hope his second one will be that. But there is a lot of star power, and I do think it might take a minute for him to work his way kind of up the card. And I don't like how he lost his first match back. I have stated that already. I don't like how Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona lost his first match back as well. I've been vocal on that personally. Yo, man, what's up with you? Shout out to you, Kuro Shinigami. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you being on here with us. Who was your favorite hymn? I don't really have a favorite hymn. I'm not sure why you're even bringing that up, because I feel like we were in a totally different topic here, kind sir. Just saying. Do you want Gunther to win the tournament? I've already said yes to that. But with that being said, let me know your guys' thoughts on who should win, if John Cena should win the Intercontinental title or retain it and defend it at Saturday night's main event, if Dominic Mysterio should win it back himself. That's all right. I was just letting you know that I answered already. So you can definitely watch back and hear some of my opinions on that. But with that being said, I'm going inside. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the live stream. I want to see Jimmy Uso win some singles gold like the IC or US title. I agree. I think he should win the US title. Shout out to Hero Link, by the way, before I head out of here. Thank you guys so much again for being part of the stream. If Eddie was still here, do you think Eddie would help Dominic to win the Grand Slam championship to retain? That's his son. Of course he would do it. But again, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. And again, thank you for all being part of this chat. Appreciate you all. Hey,